What's up, guys? Hey, this is this is another terrarium fix video. I'm gonna do some videos that aren't terrarium fixes here pretty quick, but right now it's another one. All right, so October 10th or 11th, a couple days ago, even the fix wasn't working correctly. We were getting a no data load on terrarium, and that was even after we did the Harley's cure. And even at that, I found another one that would actually fix it just by loading the reloading the Terrarium TV. But then again, then that failed. This has just been a constant battle this week. It's been pretty tough. So anyway, this is my cure for the moment, and we'll talk about a couple things. So first thing we need to do, let's go uninstall Terrarium. And we might as well get rid of Harley's cure while we're in there. Bye, Harley. Kills me. Worked my ass off on that one. All right. So here, an app like this, it's usually a good idea to get rid of your data first, and then uninstall it. In a lot of cases, it will keep that data file, and depending on how much memory it is, it can matter. Leave it at that. All right, so stay tuned a little bit to the end of this video too. I do have some information other than just terrarium. Sorry, I'm gonna look at something real quick. Probably has nothing to do with you guys. Okay. All right. So we got rid of terrarium, and we also got rid of Harley's cure. So I'm gonna go into Kodi. I did redo the October update real quick, just today. So Friday, October 12th. Just to accommodate another new app that I'm going to show you here real quick. Okay. Get rid of my little message. All right, so we're going to go to the Android app installer. So under Android apps, we're going to scroll all the way over to the right to the Android app installer. You can also get to it in the star in the lower left-hand corner in the favorites menu. That's right there. So we're just going to go into the Android app installer. From here, so the new terrarium that I'm using that I got to work is actually Titanium TV. It's what they call a fork. Somebody took terrarium and put their pictures on it and did a little bit of work. It's pretty light. It's pretty small. So go ahead and just click File, say yes. And then at the bottom, we're just going to tell it to install. Whoever built it actually did a pretty good job. My hopes are whoever did it is actually going to update it. So give it new sources when it needs, things like that. So we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. But the shortcut does still work inside the Kodi build for terrarium. So you can just click terrarium and it'll open up and it'll look the same. Oops. Pay attention. So I'm just gonna hit done at this point. We'll go into it in a minute. Let's go ahead and also install Cinema at this time. Click it, say yes. And this one's pretty small as well. Cinema, from what I can tell, uses a lot of the same features as Terrarium. I'm not saying whoever made it, use the exact same code, because it's not the same, but there are a lot of functions of it that are very, very similar. So just with all the problems we're having with Terrarium lately, the ups and downs and whoever trying to shut it down, I think it's a good idea to install this one and get used to another app. Again, I'm going to say done here, and we'll go into them individually and take a look at them. Again, this is a new update. You'll see right here, October 2.0. So you can actually just do the update if you want. There aren't a lot of huge changes. Mainly I did the shortcut, added the shortcut to Cinema. There are a few other things I did, but mostly that's back end stuff. So I did create the shortcut, so it's there. So let's go into Terrarium first. So under Android apps, Terrarium TV. I'm sorry, and like I said, it says titanium. You'll notice in some of the wording throughout this, some of it says titanium, some of it will say Terrarium. And it looks like it's running version 1.9. Here, you can do whatever you want. I don't know what this top one is. This is where Yes Player used to be. This is what I picked before, and it seemed fine. A lot of you will also have MX Player or VLC Player installed. So just know what you pick and know you can actually go change it later. So to change it, you can go into the settings menu. And choose the default video player right there. So wording wise, it has it as Yes Player there. Okay. So pretty much identical. I'll let it run its sources real quick. Okay, get out of that. Video keeps buffering. Switch video players. Like I said, I'm just gonna let it load a few sources so you can take a look. All right, that's enough. All right, plenty of options to choose from. Should work just fine. I'm not even gonna mess with it. I am gonna show you real quick the setup, or my setup. This is what I do pretty much every time I load Terrarium. I like certain things on and certain things off. I'm just going to show you. You can do what you want. I do use a tracked TV account that kind of logs what I watch. I don't know if there's any real use for it, but it's kind of cool. So you can set that up. Here's one. Playback. Choose default continue playback option. You know how like when you're playing a movie and you stop in the middle, and then it asks you if you want to resume. You can just automatically select resume there. You don't have to by any means. Choose your default navigation. Terrarium TV always starts in the TV show section. I personally like it to start in the movie section. You can also change default TV show and default movie category. I like those two. Those are fine with me. Here's a big thing for me: the size of the movie poster. Because we're looking at this on a big TV, just the smallest icons work better for me because that way I can see more. So I do that. I think that's about it. I do use reel to bread. Definitely great for some premium streams. If you have any questions on that, just let me know. It's like $20 for 6 months. It's an awesome service. Download default manager, subtitles. You can change your subtitle language here. You can actually back up your settings, and I am going to do that. I just did it, and that's it. All right, so those couple things that I always change. Okay, so now notice the size of the icons. So that was the size change for me. That's it. Okay. And also it starts in the movies, not in the TV shows. So whatever. I just wanted to show you that just in case you didn't know. All right, let's go look at cinema movies real quick. All right, we'll get rid of the message. First thing cinema movies is asking is subtitle language. So English is already checked. But if you want to put Spanish on there as well, or Swahili, whatever you want to do, you can do it there. I think it's actually kind of nice they ask you first, personally. Okay, so you'll see here, looks very, very similar to Terrarium. Let's go ahead and start one first. Let's do Black Panther again. Okay, this part definitely looks a little different. So there's the play icon. I'm going to hit it. Actually, I'm sorry. I guess when you go into the movie, it starts pulling the sources right off the bat. The play icon will just start the first one, and I'll show you in a minute where the sources are. It took me a second when I did it. Trailer, download. You can actually watch a video, an ad, to make the sources better or get better quality out of it. Here's what nice ad. Here's what I missed the first time. There's where all the sources are right below the movie. Did not see that for a little bit. So anyway, and interesting enough, there are a couple on here, like this one, that I'm not familiar with. I'm not used to seeing. Also, HD popcorns, but it's a slow server. Maybe that's why I'm not used to seeing them. Anyway, so tons of options. This looks like it's going to be a very good add-on. I'm sorry, app. So I am going to start loading it. So let's go into the settings menu. Settings menu on this is very simple. This one that we're looking at is 1.2.7. There is a 1.2.6 ad-free version that I had, but I don't know. If I think it's usable, the ad-free version, I'll throw it in the Android app installer. I had a problem with it, I think. I think it wanted to update, and it was being a pain. So anyway, so TV shows, movies, favorites, I guess if you make your favorites. History, no history. I guess we'll have to play with that. We'll see how that history works. Download, setting, donate. Let's go to the settings. Choose default player. Very similar, right? So that's a built-in player. You can pick yes player, MX player, or VLC player. A lot of you may actually have all those installed. Movie poster size, kind of the same thing that I did in Terrarium, so I'm going to change that. Reel to Brid, if you use Reel to Brid, it's right there. Tracked, if you use Tracked, right there. Subtitles, because I chose them on setup, English and Spanish. And then download. So very, very simplified settings menu, which is fine. All right, I'm going to get out and go back in. Change my poster size. There is a search function. Let's try it. Star Wars. I don't know. You guys play with that. I'm not sure if it worked or not. I mean, obviously it didn't here, but it could be a problem other than the actual app. Okay. So switch TV shows. I like they put a little TV on there on the TV show, so you know when you're in that section, you're actually on TV. Interesting. I do like that. You know, it's silly, but whatever. I like it. All right, so that's that. All right, exit the app. Just I want to exit. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say real quick. Because Terrarium TV has been such a pain in the ass lately, starting now or the next time we have a screw up, if there's a problem with Terrarium TV and I need to throw a new app up there, on the Terrarium TV app, I'm going to put the date. That way you don't have to wait for me to make a video. You can just go, check it out. And, if you see a new app up there with a date that's right around the time you're having a problem, just go uninstall Terrarium and reinstall it. You can always do that anyway. But, that way you don't have to wait on me to do a video if you're having a problem with Terrarium. Terrarium may be going away, but with Titanium, taking the app over, maybe they're going to keep it up a little bit better. Other than that, keep an eye on this area, guys. I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff in here that I found while I was going through everything, while I was testing different things that work. So, okay, that's enough. Enough of me talking. I will also, I said enough of me talking. I played with Exodus a little bit today. I actually had pretty good luck with it. So, I don't know. Whatever. Play with it. Jarrell and Exodus seem to work pretty well for me. Jarrell is a fork of Covenant. Any hooch. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you taking some time. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you know how to get me.